What's up, y'all? It's the girl Desi. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, 3 disclaimers, okay? If you hear anything, if you see anything, and this little glare I got going on with my camera lens, please disregard, child. I don't know what that is, child. It really annoys me, but it is what it is, all right? Let's get into this review. Now, I give my opinion and my thoughts, my commentary. If that's not what you're here for, girl, click off. This review is not for you. But if you don't mind sticking around seeing what I got to say, then, stay tuned, all right? Now, we're about to get into this review. I got my notes, and we about to... let's get it. All right, it starts off with the food fight scene. All right, a lot of food being thrown, not enough hands. All right, child. Natalie walks in with a bottle expecting to have brunch, but brunch has been thrown and it's on the floor. It's not in anybody's mouths, and so unfortunately there is no brunch. Okay, so Natalie's a little disappointed by it because she's like, girl, who's gonna clean up this mess? Not I, not them. Production must be all right. So anyway, Natalie also introduces a new girl to the cast. Her name is Choco Brown, and might I say, I have a lot to say about Choco Brown, okay? Because first of all, I love that she came in with so much good energy. I don't know what I was expecting. I was hoping that she didn't come in with no negativity, child, but she came in with the most positivity, and the girls welcomed her. I really liked that about them, that they welcomed her, that there wasn't no BS going on. And girl, beautiful chocolate dark skin Nigerian woman, child. I love her, okay? And we're gonna get more into her a little later. But anyway, she's the other African girl. I want to say in like one of my last videos, I was like, wasn't there a second African girl? I'm confused. Here is the second African girl, okay? And LCK feels threatened, okay? Choco comes in saying, girl, I'm the real African queen, the real Nubian queen. And child, LCK was like, who? Do you not know who I am? Girl, none of us know who you are, all right? So anyway, Dolly, of course, is still trying to pop shit with K-Rican, child. They're all supposed to be getting ready to go to the club and whatnot, and Dolly, with her annoying ass, like, oh my goodness, I cannot stand Dolly. She's still trying to fuck with K-Rican. K-Rican really wasn't trying to be on that type of energy, wasn't trying to fight her or whatnot, but I still like K-Rican, you know what I'm saying? Dolly is just being a bully, and Big Lex is still standing by and doing absolutely nothing to check her friend, okay? But we're not even gonna get into that, child. I already read her in the last video. Anyway, next, DTB and Natalie Nunn decides to sit down and have a conversation because DTB brought Anna to the club, and Natalie said, Anna is fired, so why are you inviting her to the club? Okay, that's not gonna fly with me, all right? And DTB basically said, child, this was the last incident, it won't be nothing else. And I'm just like, girl, this scene was unnecessary. I mean, Natalie made it seem like she was gonna make a whole big deal, but she didn't really make too much of a big deal out of it. But what I will say is DTB looked the fuck good in this scene, okay? DTB, her color is blonde. I really love blonde on DTB, and yellow too. That yellow dress was popping. I loved it, all right? Anyways, they basically move on from the situation. DTP says, this is the last incident. I ain't gonna do nothing else that pisses you off. We're good. It is what it is. Unnecessary scene. Anyway, the girls get ready to go to the safari. As they're on the bus, we have a little bit of conversation going on. So first of all, what I do want to say is Choco Brown looks the fuck gorgeous, okay? Her confessional look is gorgeous, okay? Her skin is dark skin, silky, soft, like she had this little velvet colored type shirt on, child. Choco Brown looks good, okay? Looks like she's a bad bitch for real, okay? Bad Nubian queen, all right? And I love that she came into the house with good energy. I just love it. I love it so much. Anyway, K-Rican is also a confessional queen. Let me tell you, like, I love K-Rican's confessional. She has the best confessionals out of everybody on this show. Like, K-Rican said, bitch, I'm not fucking with Dolly, okay? Calls Dolly Michael Myers and this, that, and the third. Girl, child, K-Rican is funny as hell, all right? Anyway, on the way there, she also spilled some tea about Dolly to Ivory, that Dolly has been saying, I beat Ivory's ass 2 times and Ivory is fake and she's a snake and everything. And Ivory's not taking it too well, okay? And I'm just like, bitch, ooh, you don't want to be on Ivory's bad side. I mean, didn't y'all just make up? Like, child, so I would like to see what transpires between them two now, because they're supposed to be friends, but K-Rican is saying, girl, Dolly was talking shit about you, all right? So we're gonna see where that goes, all right? Anyway, moving on. What else? On the other bus, Rolly peeps, what's her name? Russian Cream talking to Choco Brown on the way to the safari, saying that, girl, somebody in production can make your fights look bad. Be careful, this, that, and the third. And Rolly was like, girl, what are you whispering about? Like, what are you telling Choco Brown? And Russian was like, child, I'm telling her that, you know, they can make people's fights look bad. And Rolly was like, girl, that's not even true. Why are you whispering in Choco Brown's ear about some shit that's not true, spreading false information? And you know what, I knew there was going to be some type of tension between not K-Reek and child, Russian Cream and Rolly, since like when they first got into a little disagreement about how everything went down with LCK and that jumping situation, child. I knew there was tension there. I just felt it in my spirit that Russian Cream and Rolly was going to have some tension between the two, and here they are going back and forth. But Russian Cream, honestly, girl, you caused this upon yourself, because why are you whispering to Choco Brown? Choco Brown just walked into the house, just came into the house, and you're already in her ear about some shit. I don't know if Russian Cream heard some information behind the scenes or whatever, but the fact that you're even trying to spread that information to Choco Brown to try to, like, I don't know what you were trying to do, but Russian Cream, I feel like you were in the wrong, and I felt that Rolly was justified in the way that she called you out, child. And Russian Cream was not trying to have no problems with Rolly, okay? When I tell you, she was not trying to have no problems with Rolly at all. So Russian Cream was like, girl, like, do you not like me or something? And Rolly said, girl, no, I don't like you, child. I don't like you. I don't like that you're whispering. I don't like none of this shit. I'm not with the whispering shit, you feel me? And so Russian Cream tried to get a little buck and stand up, and Rolly said, girl, don't make me come back there, child. Like, I have no issue coming back there, girl. You don't want these problems. And you know what, Russian Cream did not want those problems, child. She sat right back the fuck down. Like, girl, you don't want those problems. So they get to the safari, and girl, I loved this scene. I love this scene so much, because I love when the baddies actually do something that's fun and adventurous, and, you know, just having fun and doing anything other than fighting. I mean, this show is literally fighting. But they went to the safari and everything was good. I mean, they get on the little, I don't know what you call it, but they see the animals, they see the elephants, the giraffes, the zebras, the hippos, like, girl, and then Lex starts crying because she's like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, child. Girl, somebody get Big Lex a tissue, child. But it was beautiful. I really loved it. I would love to go to the safari. I mean, I would love to go to Africa. Like, come on now. It just looks so beautiful. I'm pretty sure it is something like refreshing to take in. So I really enjoyed that for the girls. I like that they had this little scene, and I, you know, something other than the animalistic shit that they already do. You know, they can actually go see real animals and not the animals that surround them, child. So anyway, they make it through the safari, thank goodness, okay, without any drama. I was so scared that they was going to start some type of beef on the freaking whatever they was on, the little ride they was on to go through the safari. I was hoping that they didn't, and they didn't, thank goodness. But they saved it until afterwards, all right? So they get ready to get back on the bus, and Rolly says, girl, I'm not getting back on the bus with Russian Cream, child. I'm not feeling her, okay? And then she starts to air out what Russian Cream was doing on the bus, and Russian Cream tried to, like, kind of disrupt her and say, girl, she's been twisting my words, this, that, and the third. One thing about Russian Cream, girl, I don't think that anybody's twisting your words. I think she's just calling you out for what you did. I mean, you basically said that production will try to make your fights look bad and this, that, and the third. And apparently to Rolly, that's false information, okay? Girl, Rolly said, as EP, I do not abide by what you're doing. I will not condone false information to be spread about production. Absolutely not. I will clock it every single time. And I'm like, okay, Rolly, get on your EP type shit. You know what I'm saying? Stand up for production. So Russian Cream was like, girl, you never let me talk, this, that, and the third. So Russian Cream starts crashing out, you feel me? And Rolly was like, girl, what you want to do? And Russian Cream was like, well, what you want to do? And of course Rolly dropped her bag and said, girl, let's get it. Let's come on. I mean, you seeming like you want to fight me. So what's up? And girl, they get to fighting, and child, poor Russian Cream, child. Rolly won this one, okay? And I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen Rolly fight like this. Like, Rolly's hands were present, okay? Now, like, when I see Rolly fight, a lot of the times it seems like it be looking like Rolly's punches don't even hurt. You know what I'm saying? But when I tell you, Rolly was getting, like, Russian Cream was getting whooped. I'm sorry, girl. Rolly definitely ate this down, okay? You didn't want those problems because you knew you wasn't going to win this fight, child. I don't know what you was doing, child. And then they go a second round. And, girl, Russian Cream gets dropped. Okay, why does she get dropped? Because she thought in her mind that kicking was going to save her. When I tell you I'm so tired of these girls kicking, like, I don't know why y'all be thinking that that's going to save you. Girl, Coke Killer got dropped because she tried to kick, and now you got dropped because you're trying to kick. Girl, Rolly grabbed her leg so fast and flipped her ass on the ground. Girl, Russian Cream, no. And to all the other baddies, kicking is not gonna do it. All right, it's not gonna save you. So, child, Scotty was like, girl, you cannot let Rolly grab you. Like, you let Rolly grab you, you're done. And I'm just like, girl, that's with anybody. You let somebody grab you, girl, and that's their mechanism or whatever, girl, you're done. You know, especially Rolly, because she's a heavyweight. And how about Russian Cream talking about she tried to blame the weight size? Girl, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen some people keep up with Rolly. All right, I done seen some people keep up with Rolly, even though she's a bigger girl. Girl, you wasn't on your shit that night. I'm sorry, Russian Cream, you got dropped. All right, so they go with third round. Now the third round, it looks like Russian Cream was trying, like she was really trying, but this is where I can kind of blame the weight a little bit, because again, you let Rolly grab you. But I feel like, girl, once Rolly grab you and when all that weight start moving around on you, girl, Russian Cream was trying to land a hit, but girl, she couldn't land a hit, because Rolly was like, I don't swear, I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me, but Russian Cream was getting tossed. She was getting tossed. She couldn't land a hit because Rolly then grabbed her and digging in her shit. All right, Russian Cream, I'm sorry, you got whooped. All right, you did not win none of them rounds at all. I'm so sorry, Russian Cream. Poor Russian Cream. But you know what, Russian, that's what you get for trying to be in somebody's ear, a new girl at that. Like, let the new girl have her own experiences. I don't know what you may have experienced, but let these other girls have their own experiences. Don't be in anybody's ear talking about production's gonna do this, production's gonna do that. Like, absolutely not. So I felt Rolly on that. Okay, I agree with Rolly, and it is what it is. Russian, you talk too much. All right, stop. All right, what else? So then Natalie was like, okay, we gotta go to the club. And all I could think in my mind is Biggie, when she was like, you're always quick to scream baddie baddie shot o'clock, bitch. And I'm just like, girl, it seems like every time a girl just finished getting her ass beat, Natalie's like, guys, we gotta go out, we're going out tonight, let's get ready. And I'm just like, girl, after Russian Cream got her ass beat, child. Next, so and Russian Cream, she took her L. You know, I love a bitch, I love a girl that will say, you know what, I didn't win that one, she got that, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly just plain don't fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We'll see what happens with them two later down the road. So then, you know, on the way to go get ready for the club, they tell DTB that she got to share a room with Choco Brown. And DTB's like, girl, when were y'all gonna tell me this? DTB's not feeling it, and Dolly decides that she's gonna bring Choco Brown to DTB's room. The messy bitch that Dolly is, you know, Dolly, I don't like her. I really don't. Dolly used this as an opportunity to be messy and go into DTB's room knowing that she don't fuck with DTB. Like, girl, you just want camera time at this point. This is what you want. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as Dolly brings Choco Brown to DTB's room, DTB is on high alert. All right, Dolly decides that she's gonna walk, like, I don't know, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, you're gonna walk, she's gonna continue to walk in the room. Like, they stopped at the doorway of the room, but then Dolly decides she wants to continue to walk. And girl, DTB said, not on my fucking watch. She clocked Dolly so hard, and child, they get to tussling. They end up on the bed, and then I'm not gonna lie, Dolly got on top of DTB, child, you need better technique, okay? Because I don't know what you got going on, but to let Dolly get on top of you and you're bigger than her, girl, what's going on? For real? Anyway, Dolly gets on top of DTB. They're kind of tussling a little bit, and then she kind of gets DTB in her eye, and then the security breaks them up a little bit. She's able to get Dolly off of DTB, but then Dolly's on the floor, and then DTB turns around and kicks her. Dolly was doing a lot of kicking too, kicking DTB down. I'm talking about with heels. I'm like, girl, I know that shit hurt. So DTB gets back up, and then she kicks Dolly, and I'm like, ooh, child, y'all up in here kicking, like y'all trying to cause concussions and shit. Like, child, it was a mess. And then So DTB is going off. She's not fucking with it. And then I guess she felt like, because Dolly and Choco Brown came to her room together, that Choco Brown was on some type shit. So DTB just straight up clocks what's her name, Choco Brown. And I felt so bad for Choco Brown, because I'm like, dang, Choco came in with good energy. She didn't fight nobody, girl. And something in my spirit just knew that she was gonna hit Choco, and I was just like, oh my goodness, let's see what Choco do. Girl, Choco is standing to the side and she's just holding her eye, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, Choco, are you gonna do anything? Like, she just fucking hit you. What you gonna do? She's standing there holding her eye. But then she was like, girl, if you wanted to fight me, you should have came to me directly and asked for that fight, not just sneak me in the middle of the hallway. And I was like, I mean, touche, you're right, but what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do about it? So of course Choco Brown, she called out her fair one. And girl, this is where Choco Brown really she gained my respect. I love me some Choco Brown. Let me tell you, I love Choco Brown, okay? She just gives off sexy. Like, I don't know, I was getting kind of hot. I'm not gonna hold you, because I'm like, oof. Choco Brown is a sexy ass bitch. Like, first of all, she got hands, okay? She definitely won that fight with DTB. But I like the fact that she was like, and she's real smooth with it. Like, she wasn't yelling or nothing like that. She was very calm, collected. She said, girl, if you wanted to fight me, just come to me directly. Now I need that. They fight, and girl, her hands are there. Her hands are present, all right? DTB, you did not win that one. Choco Brown definitely won, all right? And then they go a second round, okay? And I just respect Choco, because she just stands on principle. You know what I'm saying? Stand on business, standing on principle. They go a second round. DTB was like, back up, and Choco was like, I don't need to move back, baby. Like, real sexy. Like, oh my goodness, I love me some Choco Brown, y'all. What y'all think of Choco Brown? Because I like her. She was like, girl, I don't need to move back, babe. And then she's got to going again, girl. Won the second round. Child, DTB, you might not have wanted that, all right? You might not have wanted to hit her, because Choco Brown got them hands, all right? Hands that you don't got, DTB. Okay, but oh my goodness, Choco Brown was just giving sexy. Lord forgive me, but she was just sexy as hell. Sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So they go a third round. And then again, Choco Brown is getting them hits in, girl. DTB lost all 3 rounds. Choco Brown did not play around, girl. And respectfully, she said, girl, I'm gonna fight for my room. I'm sleeping here. They told me this is my room, girl. You want to fight for the room? I'm gonna fight you, period. Choco Brown just sexy as hell. I love her. I love her, definitely. But in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, Natalie set this up. Okay, it's always Natalie. It's always Natalie. Girl, not you giving DTB a room of her own and saying, yeah, you got a room of your own. You got this, you got that. All of this down here. But you knew whole time you was bringing Choco Brown in here. And you knew, I guess DTB's room is the only room that has an extra bed in it. So she's the only person that can share a room. But it's like, girl, it was given when you first gave this room to DTB that DTB was about to have her own room. Girl, no, you knew all along that she was gonna have to share a room with Choco Brown. So you set this up, Miss Natalie Nunn. You think you slick? Nah, you knew this was about to happen. You did this shit on purpose. So anyway, Tavy comes down and she's like, what's going on? Honestly, I feel like, Tavy, girl, you just wanted to be on camera. You just wanted to be on camera. Girl, she comes down and DTB explains, girl, Dolly and Choco came to my room talking about this is Choco Brown's room, and Dolly already know me and her got beef. Like, so what's up? I felt on edge and I started swinging. It is what it is. And, you know, I understand, you know, when you got 2 girls and it's only 1 girl in the room, you kind of feel set up. You kind of feel like, okay, what's this energy giving? Because you with my op right now. So, you know, she was on high alert. I understand. But girl, DTB, I feel like you was dead ass wrong. I feel like you was dead ass wrong to be hitting Choco Brown. She just came in the house. What beef do you got with her? Like, and she don't even know Dolly. They just met too, so I don't know what you own for real, but like, DTB, I just feel like you was wrong for that, and you got your ass beat 3 times for it. It is what it is. So anyway, they go get ready, and girl, Choco walks out the room like the sexy ass bitch that she is. She walked off like, girl, I did my shit. You know what I'm saying? I did my shit. That is exactly how Choco walked off, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I'm in love. Anyway, they go to the club, and Ivory looks so good. I just gotta clock this real quick. Like, Ivory looks so freaking good. I think her color is blue. Like, she looks good with curly blue hair. Like, she just looks good. And I feel like Ivory's been looking better. Like, as time progresses, like, Ivory just looks better and better. That's what happens when you have a glow up. You know, you get a little bit more money, the makeup starts looking good, the hair starts looking good. Ivory is just looking sexy as hell too. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they in the club, and DTB performs the song that she stole from Cold Killer, and Cold Killer's looking like, girl, she's looking like, girl, I can't believe this girl is even performing this song right now, like my song that she don't want to say that she stole. Anyways, they give Cold Killer the mic too, because they're like, Cold Killer got the same song, and they're not even playing her version. I thought that was weak. That was whack. Like, why would y'all even give her, y'all play DTB and Tinka's version of the song, and then y'all give her the mic, and then y'all don't even play her version of the song. I thought that was kind of whack too, and Cold Killer wasn't feeling it, child. So anyway, the next day, Tavy and Elsie, they have some type of argument. We don't know where the argument originated from, but apparently the argument was about Elsie still feeling a way that Cold Killer and Tavy, I guess, I don't know if you would call it made up or whatever, but Cold Killer came up to Tavy basically and was like, you know, I understand that you had to ride for your friend and this, that, and the third. So I guess that's why Elsie is mad. So they have this little argument going on. And Tavy is just like, girl, I'm not about to sit up here and play these games with you. Like, you was my friend, I fuck with you, but child, you're not finna sit up here and tell me, you know, who I can be friends with or who I can make up with or who I can talk to, this, that, and third. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. You're not about to do it. So Elsie starts, you know, screaming like a freaking animal, child. Like, screaming. And then Tavy gets up, and girl, they get a little bit closer. I'm like, oh my goodness, is this about to be a fight, child? Girl, Tavy clocks Elsie, and girl, Elsie just standing there looking like she don't know what happened, child. I don't know what it is, but Elsie didn't want them problems. Elsie was not trying to fight Tavy. But what I can say is she was definitely not on the same type of energy that she was on with K Rican. That's what I will say, girl. You was not trying to fight Tavy. Tavy just definitely hit you in your face, and you wasn't trying to do anything, girl. And girl, LCK, like, it's not funny, but she was just looking like, child, she starts looking crippled the second you hit her. Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, she starts calling Tavy fake and not a real friend, and that girl, Elsie looked like she was about to cry, and I was right. Like, she did start crying, child, but at the time I was like, girl, is she about to cry? Like, what's going on? What is going on for real? And Elsie is in the confessionals looking much better than her last confessional look. I will say that, okay? I have to add that, child. I don't know what that last confessional look was given, but this one is given a little bit much more, you know, it looks better. But anyway, she's saying that she thought Tavy was her friend. I'm like, child, y'all just meds. How are y'all friends? How are y'all friends? Like, y'all have got to stop thinking these girls are your friends. They are not your friends, okay? You ride for yourself and yourself only while you are there in the Baddies universe, okay? Have we not learned anything? What are y'all talking about? So anyway, Scotty is trying to console Elsie because Elsie starts crying and whatnot, and Elsie was like, girl, why are y'all in my face? Why are y'all in my face? Get out of my face. And Scotty was like, child, I don't gotta be here. I don't gotta be here consoling you. I'm just trying to ask, you know, what happened, why you feel away, but you want me out of your face? Noted. Let me get the hell out. And I'm like, I'm like, Elsie, child, I'm not feeling Elsie. It's not like she's like, it's not on a Dolly level where I don't fuck with, like, I really don't fuck with Dolly, okay? But Elsie just be doing too much. Like, she just be doing too much. I don't know. And she whining too much too. Like, girl, come on now. How old are you? Anyway, so Scotty leaves, and then Tavy is downstairs or whatever, wherever they are. They're in the kitchen where Fauna and Cold Killer and everybody else is. And Tavy's basically, she's going off saying, girl, Elsie is mad because you came up to me and said that, you know, you respect what I did, this, that, and the third. And Cold Killer does not recall, okay? Cold Killer's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, she's like, there's no way I came up to you and said any of what you're talking about right now. I have no idea what you're talking about. And in my head, I'm like, okay, wait, what's going on? Like, okay, this is weird. Tavy thinks it's weird too. She's like, girl, please don't play games with me. You came up to me and you said, you know, I respect you for riding behind your friend, this, that, and the third. So she's kind of getting mad because she's like, Cold Killer, don't be weird, all right? You said these things. And Cold Killer was like, girl, I don't recall, okay? Ain't no way I came up to you and said any of that. Behind my bitches, no, there's no way, okay? I don't remember, okay? I do not remember. And so Tavy's snaps, okay? I don't know what she threw, but she threw something at Cold Killer, and girl, they start about to get into tussling and whatnot. But that's where the episode ended, and we'll see where that leads to next episode, child. But honestly, I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Tavy was telling the truth, because this is not the first time she said it. She said this a different day too, that Cold Killer came up to her and was like, I respect you for riding for your friend, this, that, and the third. You know, I would have done the same thing, or whatever the fuck she said. You know what I'm saying? So now, all of a sudden, you're in front of Tavy's face, and you got Fauna there, and I think K-Rican was in the kitchen too. You got your girls right here, and you're trying to say you didn't say it, Cold Killer. That's looking a little weird to me, okay? So we're gonna see where all of that leads to. But yeah, child, that was the end of the episode. And I kind of tried to make this quick. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but anyway, if you like the review, like, comment, subscribe. There's not much I really want to say. I would plug a few things right now, but I don't feel like it, to be honest, because I gotta work in the morning. All right, I need to take my ass to bed. So anyway, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do. I ain't forcing you to do anything, child. I just make videos, and if you watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. Whatever. And I will see you next week. All right, hopefully. Bye.